points on the board in Las Vegas just a few days ago. Well, they can fire it up. They've been really electric from the three-point line in certain games. But today, Seattle limited Golden State to just 23% from the three-point line and 32% shooting on the game. And when your defense can do that, you're going to win a lot of games. And that's certainly where Seattle hangs their hat with so many plus defenders on their roster. Gabby Williams, Ezzy Madmagor, Nneka Agumake, Skylar Diggins. So one-on-one, they're fantastic defenders. For them, it's just been about, you know, playing the system the correct way and not having any lapses.
With an easy slam. That's how you draw it up.
Spent 4 years at Marquette. Finished his career playing for Shaka Smart. Miller, hesitation by the baseline. Ari Bailey cut off. Late shot clock. Shot launch not in time. And Jalen Clark has it wiped away. A shot clock violation.
And you see Dunn right here. Drives right down the lane. As soon as he draws the big fella up, sees Iguodala on the baseline, drops it off for the easy two.
Now, Autumn mentioned it right at the top of the show. The news with the Suns, the buyout official with Bradley Beal, and really
more of those type of opportunities. Hoping those guys are okay down there and continue to learn the system. And also a side note, Kobe's name was influenced by obviously Kobe Bryant. His dad was a Kobe fan, so he just changed Kobe's last letter from the E to Y to make it different. And growing up, Kobe Bryant also mentioned he has been a Kobe fan as well. So a lot of inspiration from across the guys when you look at the league and the greatness that the NBA has.
no question. And yeah, Brea has that shooting touch, shooting travels. Tried to climb the ladder. Altered on the way there, and he'll head to the free throw line.
I like that, though. I like that. Big fella turned down that first jumper, and he went to that rim strong. That's what you have to do. When you first get into this league, you have to get that reputation as a big man. When I go to the lane, I'm coming in there with bad intentions. You better foul me or get out of my way.
We saw Malowacz already in this first quarter hit a three at the line where he shot 77%. At Duke last season.
Yeah. And I think the thing about Malowacz is that he's somebody
used to this year.
Obviously,
I think the injury aspect
offensively in the league than he did at Duke. At Duke only averaged about 8 points a game. But when you watch, look at the stroke on the free throw, the feel for the game, this is a guy that could easily average, you know, anywhere from 15 to 18 points a game if given the right opportunity.
Well, that Duke team certainly loaded. We saw why, getting all the way to the Final Four. 3-0 from Jalen Clark. Wolves keep possession. Berenger, deep steal. Malowacz switches on. Bounce pass across the lane. Malowacz still inside. Alters that one. Recovery by Edwards. That one won't fall. And still the Wolves come away with the loose ball. Berenger, a quick bounce. Edwards against Malowacz. The weight room.
But just look at that possession right there. Look at how many times Malowacz either blocked the shot or changed the shot or made the defender think about him. That's what you mean by having a presence inside.
That one was the one where he was guilty of the foul. Although he altered a couple of shots before that one.
Yeah.
Jesse Edwards, short. Going back to Malowacz, you mentioned he had to play a role at Duke. When you have talented players, and Cooper Flagg, Con Knipple, also first-round picks. We're right there inside the top 10, along with Malowacz. Here he has the setting where he can show a little bit more of his game that he wasn't able to show at Duke.
And I'm going to be interested to see what Phoenix does with Malowacz. Will he start? Will he back up Mark Williams? Will Mark Williams and Malowacz start? It's going to be an interesting time because that was one of the shocking things of the draft for me. Not that Malowacz got drafted to Phoenix. I think he's an excellent fit here. It was the fact that Phoenix gave up a first-round pick for Mark Williams, and then they drafted Malawach, or drafted Malawach and then got Mark Williams.
That happened almost simultaneously.
Yeah, whatever the order is, getting both those guys at the same time and giving them a first-round pick was a little bit puzzling. I like both players, but I'm just trying to figure out how they fit in together.
Rasheer Fleming is in for the Suns. First pick of the second round off the front of the rim. Both teams controlling the offensive glass early on. Dunn delivers. Mitch Mascari for three off the front iron. And finally, the Wolves come away with the rebound. Dillingham pushes tempo. Edwards. Malawach tried to stuff it, but it was all Edwards.
Great pass right there by Dillingham. He's averaging 6 assists so far in Summer League, but he's also averaging a lot of turnovers, and that's something that he's going to have to get down because they're going to probably need him to play some point guard minutes. When you're playing point guard in this league, especially with a high-level player like Anthony Edwards on your team, not only do you have to score the ball, but you have to be efficient and take care of the rock as well.
Well, now, Brennan, Summer League head coach Kevin Hansen said, we want him to run the show. And he said you're seeing a lot of the assists, but also the turnovers. Ryan Dunn, who's shooting turnaround from where he was his final year in college to what he produced in his first year in the NBA, was one of the talks amongst the rookie class.
Yeah, I like what Dunn brings to the table, especially defensively.
Foul along the baseline.
Right here you see Malawach inside, keeping that ball alive. They're going to eventually get it around to Dunn, and Dunn's going to knock that shot down with confidence. And like I said, anybody in this league, the 3-and-D players are so valuable. So we know what Dunn brings defensively. When you're knocking down that corner three from the weak side and the strong side, and you're playing elite level defense, that makes you so valuable to your team. Not just your team, but to everybody in the league. Everybody wants 3-and-D guys.
Summer League action continues tonight on NBA TV, ESPN, and the ESPN app. Magic Nets, 7:30 Eastern here on NBA TV. Mavs Sixers, 8 Eastern on ESPN, followed by Wizards against the Jazz. Now, to your point, Brennan, you're talking about the 3-and-D players. And I don't think many would have thought heading into last season that Dunn would bring the 3 to the 3-and-D.
Exactly.
But just trying to project the players who could develop the three-point shot, Dunn worked at it and showed the drastic improvements.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't known for shooting at all in college, but got to the league, really honed his craft, put it in time, and he was a way better three-point shooter than originally anticipated. As you see Schumacher right there fighting over that screen and drawing a foul.
Jesse Edwards, the moving screen.
And getting back to the point about the 3-and-D guys, the importance of 3-and-D guys is in playoffs, one-way players get schemed out of playoff series. And what I mean by that, if you're just a offensive guy, if you just shoot the ball, well, they'll make you play defense. They'll put you in every pick and roll, every action, and you'll have a hard time staying on the court. If you're just a defensive guy, they won't guard you, and they'll double team the star player, which in turn will force the coach to take you off the court as well. So that's why you want to be that two-way player, so that you have incredible and immense value come winning time.
Schumacher knocks down a 3, 24 years old. Spent a couple of seasons at Seattle U. Miller into the lane, cut off. Tristan Newton, two-time champion at UConn, off the front of the rim. And Fleming out of St. Joe's picks up the rebound. Wasn't expecting the pass, and that was an easy interception. Bailey scoops it home.
That was a great take right there by Bailey. I thought he might flip it back, try to get his man a dunk, but he ended up getting a strong layup anyways. Iguodala goes to the basket.
Also Iguodala, second-round pick in the 2024 draft, showing off the athleticism. Schumacher, his pass nowhere close, and the Wolves still down 10.
You know, I just love shooting. I remember laying in the bed late at night, just shooting up in the air to myself. You know, it just became my love.
This guy is poetry in motion.
I think he's fantastic. I think he has the right attitude. He has the right competitive spirit.
Late great Kobe Bryant told Devin Booker, be legendary. Put a tattoo of it on his body. He is marching towards those orders.
It's tatted on, be legendary. It's on my shoes. Will to win, passion to win.
Booker at the buzzer. Devin Booker from downtown.
Book play the same way every night. wears his heart on his sleeve, competes night in and night out.
And with that three, becomes the all-time leader in franchise history.
This guy's become one of the absolute best players in the game.
The growth of Devin Booker. That's a franchise guy.
Book sets, fires. Suns scoring history has been booked. Now one of 30 players to hold the mantle as an NBA franchise scoring leader. The ascension complete.
With the Bradley Beal buyout now official, here's the Suns' projected depth chart. You see Jalen Green getting that spot as the shooting guard. You have Devin Booker still taking on a lot of those lead guard responsibilities.
Yeah, and so it's going to be an interesting roster build. Trying to figure out what is this Phoenix Suns calling card going to be. They started with that original big three of Beal, Kevin Durant, and Booker. They wanted to be an offensive juggernaut and figured out they didn't have enough passing and defense for that to translate into championship level. Now with no Kevin Durant and still not having the defensive presence, maybe Malawatch can grow into that for this team. Where do they go? I understand Bradley Beal is going to score. I expect him to have an incredible year. I could even see him averaging north of 30 points. But everything else on that roster is up in flux, and I'm trying to figure out how it fits.
See the most recent action on Fleming and then Iguodala on the rotation. But how about Jalen Green's fit with Phoenix?
Well, I think when you make a trade like this or when you make a move like this, you get Jalen Green and you say, okay, we've seen him start to improve. I understand that some people are a little sour because his playoffs weren't the greatest, but he did average 21 points per game in the regular season. And what Phoenix is hoping for is that he takes a step up and he eventually becomes the Robin to Bradley Beal's Batman. And Jalen Green is somebody that I've seen take strides. It wouldn't surprise me if in a couple of years or maybe even this year he's averaging north of 21 points per game, 22, 23. Just got to see how well he fits in the Phoenix system, how much work he's putting into his game, and how confident he is in that work.
I mean, scoring flashes, he has it.
But that's the thing about being a great scorer. It can't be about flashes. It has to be about when you're a scorer, it has to be about consistency. And Jalen Green is known for being a scorer, but it's the inconsistency of the scoring. We got to be able to depend on you for points every night. That's what Booker is. He's an elite scorer, and they know every night you can pencil in 25 to 30.
So he'll get the opportunities with a whole new look Phoenix Suns team. Leonard Miller at the line. Timberwolves 3-0 in Summer League. Looking to move to 4-0 and then have it come down to point differential to see if they'll be in the top 4 to make it to the Summer League semifinals and a chance to win a trophy as a Summer League champion.
Listen, don't take that for granted, man. Hello, I like that drive.
Quick to the rack, Iguodala. Led to the line for a chance to complete a three-point play.
And Iguodala right here. He saw Big Fella on his heels. He knew to attack his feet immediately. Sometimes when you see that mismatch, don't play around with him. Don't get cute. Just drive straight by him.
Versatile big. The Suns have made their last 6. On the way, Jason to us at the Thomas and Mack, the Kings winners, so they move to 4-0. So they're one of the teams that'll have a chance, depending on the point differential across the way, to see if they'll be in the semifinal in that bracket. Bailey, jump pass was deflected. And a steal, Boogie Ellis, Yuri Collins. Back to Ellis for 3, rattles it through.
Ellis right there letting it fly, getting it done.
Again, leading the team in threes made so far in Vegas. Transition and a foul.
And you see right there the transition, and it's going to end up in Boogie Ellis paying it off with a 3-point shot. tied for the most three-pointers in Pac-12 in the Pac-12 this year. So you understand. I mean, a season ago. So you understand he can really shoot the ball.
And the assist there to Collins, who led the nation in assist when he was at St. Louis in college hoops. Miller knocks down the first. No Terrence Shannon Jr. for the Wolves in this game, just getting the game off with rest.
They're going to need him. They're definitely going to need him. They're going to need him to step up. And he did that in the playoffs. And I was very impressed because he wasn't playing. It's a tense moment. They threw him in that playoff series. I think it was against the Thunder. And next thing you know, he's making big-time game-altering plays. And so you like guys like that, and you want to give those type of players more opportunity. And with Nikhil Alexander Walker, my bad, I missed his name. But with him being gone, that's going to open up a lot of opportunities.
Figuring out the adjustments to the rotation for Chris Finch and company. Mentioned with Nikhil Alexander Walker gone, they retain Julius Randle, signed him to the new contract. You have Shannon, you have Rob Dillingham, who will enter his second year. We'll see if he gets more responsibility off the bench. And then Beringer, and what their plan is to bring on another big behind Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do. And when you start talking about being a championship level team and being able to win, get past that second apron, when you understand there's so much money being committed to guys like Julius Randle, you have Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid signs his deal. Now those other players that you draft, they're so super important that you get these young guys in there and you develop them, and they're able to come in there for the cheap and give you great production.
Back-to-back Western Conference Finals appearances. They break through that ceiling and make the NBA Finals. Great hands defensively. Ellis steps towards the rim and draws a foul.
Excellent
Ellis on defense.
Excellent defense right there by Boogie Ellis. You see him right here, waiting on the crossover, waiting on it. Oh, give me that, yes. Picked his pocket, took the wallet, didn't even leave the credit card, and then he went down the other end and got fouled.
There are guys here in Vegas for Summer League that will pick you up full court. You got to be comfortable with your handle outside the three-point line.
That's actually starting to become a theme that I'm seeing in Summer League this year. So many guys are trying to establish a defensive identity because they understand that coaches and front office executives like that. So you're seeing a lot more ball pressure in the half court and in the front court. You have guys that are picking up 94 feet full, tough, because they're trying to show teams, hey, I can make an impact. I can help. You might only need me for 10 minutes, but I'll give you 10 hard minutes if you give me a chance and bring me into training camp. So there's a lot of guys that are playing hard full court defense.
You have to have that mentality to get minutes deep in the playoffs. We saw it. A couple of seconds left. Suns swarm defensively again, and what a cap to a stellar first quarter where they double up the Timberwolves. 32-26. Or 32-16, I should say, after one.
The intensity that you're playing with right now with also one steal.
Just coming up, playing defense, and that's all I'm worried about right now. Picking up 94 feet. Scoring's going to take care of itself. Playmaking going to take care of itself. Just continue to play hard and being, just outworking everybody on the floor.
Right now, you guys are shooting 61% from the floor, 50% from beyond the arc. Describe the connectivity that you're seeing from the Suns.
Yeah, we're playing together, moving the ball, making the extra pass, and guys is knocking down shots. So we just got to continue to play together and keep, being aggressive on defense.
Thank you.
See the line there. He hasn't missed. What was a stellar first quarter for Phoenix. Continue the swarm defensively, and Dunn gobbles it up. Yeah. Tries to set up the transition look. Miller deflects it away.
Yeah, Phoenix has been absolutely fantastic defensively, holding Minnesota only 30% from the field, 0% from three. So the defense has been what it's been all about.
8 turnovers forced. Timberwolves can't take care of it. At the block shot, trailing the play. Leonard Miller tallies one. Settles for a straightaway three. That one won't fall from Miller. The Wolves get it back. Dillingham, teardrop. Off right side. Contact on the rebound with the first-round picks going head-to-head with Malawach and Berenjay. Malawach guilty of the personal. I like his second.
I like Berenjay. He's really active around the basket. Right there, he forced Malawach to foul him, but I just like his activity so far. Hasn't put up a lot of stats, but I do like the activity. Kind of gives me like feels of like a early on in the process of like a young Tyson Chandler type of play.
Defense, he was able to just anchor a unit, anchor a championship unit defensively.
I saw it firsthand. I was on that tonight.
Difference that he was able to make for the Mavericks. Malawach reads. Ryan Dunn, front rim. Down the backcourt, Collins, which prevents the transition opportunity. You can see from the Suns bench, or the Wolves bench, they wanted the transition foul on Collins. So going back to Boogie Ellis and the challenge that any player has, is listed at 6'2", just 190 pounds. We saw it even in this draft, just the standard of excellence you have to be if you're listed below 6'3", the challenge of getting minutes at this level.
Yeah, and that's what Ellis said. The offense is going to take care of itself. I'm out here just trying to play hard, influence the game defensively. That's what he's doing. He's letting his defense really get him into a rhythm, even offensively, because he's playing hard. He feels like he's into it, and offensively, he's just taking what's there. He's not forcing the action at all.
Dillingham's another player who has that challenge. 6'2", about $160. But you feel like in the way the game is played right now, it's as difficult as it ever has been for the little guy?
Yeah, the game is getting a little bit different. The game is getting bigger and bigger. If you look in the Western Conference, everybody's trying to add size. There's so much versatility, positionless basketball. You're seeing so many guys with the skill set of Dillingham, but they're 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". So when you're a smaller player like a Dillingham and you're a scorer, you have to be able to score it at an elite level. Like he almost has, from a stylistic standpoint, just to get a visual of what he needs to be. He needs to be like a Lou Williams type of player. Like when I come in the game, you know there's going to be nights where I might be able to get 30 or 40 off the bench, because being 6'2" and being so small, that's going to be the only way that he really stands out, because he's not really a great defensive player.
Dillingham handling our basketball here, setting it up. Beautiful on a tee for Berenjay.
Talking about his offense, but let's talk about his passing right there. Great lob up top, and Berenjay throwing it down.
The visions of the Wolves' future there, getting the two youngsters involved, with Dillingham setting up Berenjay. Corner three, that one's short, contested board. The Wolves win it. All alone, Miller, no, but Berenjay against Malawach. Malawach throws it away, but a foul. It's been fun watching those two lock horns.
Yes, indeed, but we see right here, there's the lob up top. I like Dillingham getting down the lane, causing a problem. As soon as he sees Malawach come over, he knows he can throw it up top, and his big fella knows how to catch it and throw it down. And we saw Malawach get a little bit of a foul right there on that possession. And what happened was he didn't box out. He did the Luke Cornett challenge from the paint instead of going to box out, and he gave up position, and that's why his man got the rebound. So maybe he needs to take that out of his game. Leave that just for Cornett.
Hi, how are you?
I'm Rashad.
Yes, how are you?
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much.
You're the one that did all the catches for Minnesota.
Yeah. Hey, man, what's up?
What's up, man? How you doing, man? Yeah,
Good.
Good to see you, man.
When I played.
Oh, man. That must have been ages ago, right?
What a heady veteran play!
Now, this year, your role on the team is a little bit different. You are more of a leader.
I'm the inspirational leader.
And Kevin Garnett providing the inspiration.
So I get to really be out there with them now and really pick them up. And I think you need that. And that's me. I'm the inspirator. That's what they call me, the inspirator.
I am a huge fan. Would you be so kind to sign my menu for me?
Yeah, man. Yeah. What's your name, man?
Holy cow, Ahmad Rashad.
Hey, man.
Would you please give me your autograph?
No
You want my autograph, man?
Ahmad Rashad, you know what he did for the Vikings?
Oh, he's too cool for the camera. Is that Italia? Italia in the house? Ireland! Oh, Ireland in the house! All right. Come on, Suns fan. Get up on your feet. There you go. All right, I think we got our winner right there. Uh-oh. We're the Celtics fan.
And we see right here, look at Malawach with the contest from the lane, which absolutely does nothing, but he doesn't box out. So that gives Berenje a chance to slide in on the weak side and get that offensive rebound, which eventually puts a foul on Malawach. And I know Malawach probably saw Luke Cornett do that, but I'm going to give him some advice from a 14-year vet. That contest from the paint does absolutely nothing. So next time, take that out of your game, slide to the weak side of the rim, box out your man so you can get the rebound instead of him.
Kind of amazing how that became popular.
Oh, my goodness.
The Cornett contests.
Man, that Cornett, hey, I love Luke Cornett. He's a great player. I love his hustle, but that Cornett contest is absolutely nothing.
Berenje hit the free throw, and Autumn has more.
Who? Berenje really covered ground right there. I love the fact that he crossed that midline, got over there and challenged that shot. Big fella's active.
Dillingham fires. Berenje in and out. That was a great look by the Wolves guard, Dillingham. But a much better second quarter so far for Minnesota, and that continues, drawing the offensive foul. Clark, the standout defender at UCLA, takes the charge. Second on Dunn.
And Clark guessed right there. Dunn was trying to give him a little bit of a euro and get past him. Clark jumped right in his way, got the charge. Great defense.
He was a late first-round pick, Ryan Dunn, last year. Spent a couple of years at Virginia. Always known to have those defensive tools. But the ability to shoot it in year number 1 shows a lot of promise. And there is Dunn right on cue, swatting it.
And that's that defense. That's what you love to see as a coach. Never giving up on the play. Got screened. As we're going to take a quick closer look right here. Got screened. Didn't give up on the play. Gets right back in and ends up blocking Dillingham.
Did that a number of times in his rookie year.
Ooh, and right there, Dillingham made that cardinal sin. Jumped up in the air. Didn't quite have an idea of what he wanted to do when he got up there.
So the assists and the turnover numbers have been high for Dillingham at Summer League.
I love the assist that he's made, but like I said, the Minnesota Timberwolves are a team that's trying to win right now. They can't afford for him to have the careless turnovers. So it's Summer League, so he's trying to work that part of his game out. But as he continues to move through the summer and into training camp and into the preseason next year, he has to get a hold on those turnovers.
And you can see the path. I mean, Mike Conley, veteran guard, who had another stellar season for the Wolves, setting up that offense. You can see the difference from when he's in the game to when he's out, how easy their offense comes. But he's not getting any younger.
Yeah,
Dillingham's the next in line.
And Mike Conley's been an incredible pro, but you can see some of the age on him. So they need a young player like Dillingham to come in and be able to take away some of those minutes from Conley.
Dunn, the hesitation move, Berenje from behind. A lot of contact there on the drive. Continuing the conversation on Dillingham, Autumn has more.
Yeah, Rob Dillingham has said he can have a great game, but if he has turnovers, those are some of the moments that live through his head constantly. And for Rob Dillingham, the Timberwolves want to see him take command, and not just with his scoring, but by running the show. Summer League coach Chris Hansen simply put it, the best thing Rob does is his passing ability. He's been challenging Rob to fully own the offense, calling plays, organizing teammates, and elevating the guys around him. And that's where Dillingham is focused on, just sharpening his decision-making and proving he can be the engine of this team. And coming into Summer League, he said it himself, he's just trying to get his spark back right now.
He's just 20 years old. Remember, at Kentucky, his year there, he was somebody who came in off the bench. He was the SEC sixth man of the year.
Him and Reed Sheppard came off the bench. How crazy is that? You have 2 lottery picks coming off the bench in the same year. Reed Sheppard and Dillingham both didn't start for Kentucky. Not sure what John Calipari was thinking right there, but hey, whatever works for Cal.
And perhaps maybe it didn't even work. A lot of slipping and falling on this end. They call the violation and will go the other way.
A little bit of a sloppy fast break. And you see a lot of that in Summer League. Guys, you know, not quite familiar with their teammates, who's going to run to the basket, who's popping to the three-point line. So sometimes the timing on some of those breaks is just a little bit off.
Suns have missed their last 7 from the floor. Whistle from the baseline. They get Jesse Edwards with a foul off ball. There on the left side of your screen. Malawach and Edwards. So that drought of missing 7 in a row has come directly after they made 7 in a row. Collins, bounce pass right in the pocket of the rolling Iguodaro. Malawach tries to save, and does.
Great hustle from Malawach. Shot clock running down though.
And Ellis doesn't draw iron, a shot clock violation.
Yeah, Ellis couldn't knock that one down. The degree of difficulty in that shot was too tough. But look at the big fella in here, being active, getting in on the glass, not just settling and letting that ball go out of bounds. Almost got his team an extra possession.
And that's part of the reason why. Big screen by Edwards. And then intercepted from behind by Collins.
Great hustle by Collins. Collins got screened incredibly hard, but he got right back in there and ended up getting that steal.
Suns trying to steal it right back. Iguodaro dives to the deck. Tries to save possession for Phoenix. Can't knock the effort both sides. That's a jump ball.
Oof. Yeah, look, that's a grown man screen right there. But Collins was not deterred.
And checking on the nose. Making sure it's still there.
You get screened like that, you got to check on everything. Your nose, your teeth. Make sure you're not seeing double.
I'm gonna hear the communication down there, but whenever you see a screen like that, I'm always wondering, did somebody call that one out?
No, anytime you get screened like that, that means your big set you up. He didn't call out the screen, you ran straight into it. I've had that happen to me a couple times where I forgot to call screen out.
You got that look? Who was the guy who gave you that look that was the most like, are you serious?
Man, who gave me that? I did that several times, man. I remember I got Brevin Knight screened up real hard one time. Gerald Henderson. Oh, my bad, fellas. Catch you next time.
Chris Lewis, Brendan Haywood, Autumn Johnson. Here on NBA TV, first game of the day from the Pavilion. Suns and the unbeaten Wolves. Lining it up, Bailey, bullseye.
And that's huge for Bailey. If he's going to be somebody that sticks around in this league, college and UCLA, he was known as a big-time driver, but not really a shooter of the basketball. So if he's able to knock down the three-point shot with his driving ability, that'll be huge.
Wolves wasting no time. They've gotten back within 8 after a nightmarish opening quarter. Outscored 32-16. Suns just 1 point so far in the second. Clark a couple of steps before dribbling.
See right there. Billy sits a little brush screen, pops out to the three-point line. Defender was a step late. He's able to knock it down.
Malawach comes to set the screen. Aggressive roll to the rim. Above the iron. Is fouled. Put it on a platter, did Ellis. And Malawach will get a couple.
And right here, Ellis coming off, and there's the little back screen action. They were looking for Malawach all the way, and that's pick and roll game. What they really want is that weak side defender to go to sleep. And Miller did a good job of getting in there at the end, but that's a pick and roll to a back screen, and you want your big fella to be able to roll and throw that down.
He's somebody who has shown flashes from 3, but at Duke, that's what he did most of the time. Those hard rolls to the rim. That's why his field goal percentage was around 70%.
Yeah, and a lot of people say that he's been able to shoot the 3. I talked to scouts and said, listen, this guy can shoot the ball, but he just wasn't asked to do that at Duke. As a matter of fact, he was probably asked to stay more in the paint. I can see why. You know, Coach John Shaw was like, listen, You see that guy, that 6'9" guy over there, flag? Hey, he's pretty good. So we don't have enough balls for you to come out here and shoot a bunch of step back threes. We're going to run that offense through him, and we need you to screen for him and roll to the basket. It worked out pretty well for him.
Yeah, he and Con Knipple, I feel like, had that natural chemistry as a ball handler and a great screener. A lot of those alley-oops came off of Knipple passes. Malawach also a bubbly personality. High character guy from all reports. Lasso's in that rebound on the offensive glass. Just too much for the 7'1" big man.
And that's what you see, the long arm of the ball. Getting his arms out that ball and making sure that he's able to go up there and get fouled after that. As soon as that shot goes up, he's in there carving out space. Make sure he grabs that rebound, secures it strongly, and then draws the foul. I really think this young man has a huge upside. Like, you see how comfortable he shoots the three. You know that he's going to be able to block shots. He's going to be able to be a rim protector. That's what the league is about now. If you're a big man and we're not going to run straight offense through you, and there's very few of them. There's very few Joel Embiid and jokers and guys like that. What the league really wants is guys like Malawach, somebody that can screen, roll to the basket, dunk it, but then at the same time knock down that three from the perimeter.
Look no further than Miles Turner.
Yes, and he just got paid.
Yes, from an unexpected source.
Yeah.
Bucks came in.
Wasn't expecting that one.
From the corner, Bailey, who just hit a three a few possessions ago. Long rebound, and the Suns have numbers. Schumacher off glass, great at angle.
Schumacher, just that little subtle head fake made the defender think that he was going to pull it back, but nah, Schumacher was setting him up for the drive all along. It's the nuances of the game, the little things. A real subtle fake by Schumacher just slowed that defender down. Right here, watch. You're going to see Schumacher. That look right there, Kane thinks he's about to pull it out to the three-point line, and he just lays it up.
Using the eyes, the head fake. Clark for three. Iguodaro's had a stellar first half for the Suns. Gets the board. Ellis has 12 points to lead the way for Phoenix. Wood, corner triple. Iguodaro over the top, tips the rebound. And Moses Wood scoops it up. Ball fake inside, counting for Ellis, and one.
And Ellis' great game continues.
Boogie, oogie, oogie. Ellis, 14 points here in the first half for Phoenix, who leads.
Amari Stoudemire, a five-time All-Star in the Valley of the Sun, receives one of the game's ultimate honors.
For 8 glorious seasons, you brought the power and fury to Phoenix Suns basketball. You truly deserve this night, Amari.
They told me that these got to be short speeches, so actually they told me that it had to be 7 seconds or less, okay? It's a great honor to have been a guy that was able to coach a player of this magnitude, because he is one of the most devastating finishers that I've ever seen, you know.
We've all seen him dunk on people. We've all seen him tear the rim off. But I think what people don't always understand is the dynamism of an athlete at 6'10" that he possessed. The feet, the hands, the explosiveness, the strength, and the fearlessness. He would go at anybody at the rim every single night.
Lev in the Hebrew language means heart. And as we all know, and you guys have seen, that I play with heart, determination, fearlessness, focus. So as we see this number going to the Raptors, but to keep in mind that my heart has been given to Phoenix and the state of Arizona.
The Duke squad, and where they were selected in this last draft. 3 in the top 10. Zion James, Tyrese Proctor to follow in the second round. And there's John Shire, Duke's head coach, who had a lot of weapons.
Yeah, I mean, and I give John Shire a lot of credit, too. Because when you have that much talent, and he got all of those guys to buy in to try to do something special, and everybody bought in on the defensive end. That was the most impressive part of what Duke did this year. Is there might be nights when they didn't score the basketball, but there was never a night or afternoon whenever they were playing that you watched Duke and thought to yourself, man, these guys aren't playing hard. They're not defending. To get 5 NBA guys, all 5, they knew they were going to go to the pros for the most part. Get 5 NBA guys to sacrifice on certain parts of their game, and everybody pour in defensively. Man, that tells you your coach is doing something big time, and you know it pains me to say that about the head coach for Duke University.
Dario to my right.
Oh, my goodness. I might get excommunicated for giving John Shire that much love.
As I said, that was about 10 seconds too long.
I know, but I got to be honest. But, you know, I hate that I had to be honest about Duke and how well they're doing and how John Shire has been coaching, and he's probably going to have another great year. Got the Boozer twins coming next year. Man,
reload.
Tough time to be a Tar Heel.
Got to figure out a way to compete in the ACC with what Shire puts year after year.
Oh, but Carolina, we might need some more NIL money. Chris, let me get your checkbook. Let me get your credit card.
You're looking at my watch earlier. Now
yeah, you do got a nice watch, man. You got a little bit of wealth to you, man.
Gadaro at the line. But, I mean, to your point, see different parts of the game of Malowacz, and he was one of the first to buy into, all right, I'm here at Duke. I'm going to be the defensive anchor, rim runner, and maybe sacrifice some of my offensive talents that I've worked so hard at in NBA Global Academy Africa, and instead focus in on this team that had championship potential, got as far as the Final Four and suffered that heartbreaking loss to Houston.
Yeah, and that just tells you about the character of Malowacz. Do you know how hard it is to get an 18, 19-year-old future lottery pick to sacrifice his game when he thinks he's going to be sacrificing millions of dollars in the process? Like, I mean, that's a special type of kid to be like, okay, I'm not sure if I like this or if I even want to do this, but if you say it's going to help the team, then I'm going to do that. And that's part of the reason why Malowacz also was a lottery pick, because as much as we talk about his game, everybody that knows him talks about his character that much more.
Great smile. And lights up a room.
Yeah, this is
the reports were like he just was one of the winners of the interview process at the Combine. Everybody loved him.
And I could see it right away. I had to do Phoenix's game a couple days ago. Malowacz wasn't playing. There was a couple of kids that just were yelling his name. He calmly turns around, smiles at them, walks over. Looks just like that, walks over, signs the autograph. And the kids were so appreciative. Man, he's just a very warm and kind person. Can never have too many of those guys on your team.
Is that a subtle message to the left? I got some work to do.
Nah, man. You're a great guy. I never have any problems with you, man.
I'm trying to get more Malowacz in my game, to make it more joyous to work with.
Nah, man, you're a great guy, man. I love working with you, Chris. Every summer league, man, we have a good time.
It's a fun time here in Vegas. Now, while we're talking some of the Duke guys, Cooper Flagg played his couple of games. He shut down now for the Mavericks. But what did you see from the #1 pick?
I saw the ability to drive, get down the lane. First game was a little tough, but then against the Spurs, he was able to feel. He was able to get a little bit more comfortable and knock down some shots as well. So I saw some defensive plays, some steals leading to some dunks in transition. Big-time finishes at the rim, everything that we know Cooper Flagg is capable of. And that's why he was picked #1, because he affects the game so many different ways. He can score it, or on a night where he's not scoring, he can win games with his defense, win games with his passing and rebounding as well. So he is a truly complete basketball player.
This is what the Suns looked like in the first quarter with their defensive pressure, and Wood on the follow-up tip. Wood, a well-traveled college basketball player. On the other end, quick in transition. Berger, another Thunder. And the Wolves get a steal.
Great defense right there by Berger.
Miller, short on the layup, reestablishes back in bounds. But we're moving down the other end. This is a foul on Phoenix.
And we seeing Dillingham and Berger hooking up yet again for the lob combination. I tell you what, you might see a lot of that this year with the second unit of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Actually, that last foul on Berger of the Timberwolves. Yes, that Wolves bench. It tested a little bit more, but now the absence, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And plenty of young players who are itching at minutes to fill that void. Well, Moses Wood mentioned well-traveled. Spent a year at Tulane in college, a year right here in Vegas at UNLV, couple years at Portland, and then his final year at Washington.
Oh, wow. He got his money's worth out of the college experience, I tell you that.
Maybe more ways than one. The way he works at college now.
Yeah, I know, man. All those youngins getting paid now, and they deserve every penny.
Wood is a shooter, so he fits into any offense. Miller lost it on the way to the rim and was last touched by Phoenix with just 1.9 to shoot. Timeout, Minnesota. 43.9 to go in the first half of the first game at the Pavilion. Strong start, forcing 8 Wolves first quarter turnovers. Just a couple of seconds right off the inbound. Dillingham can't get it to go, but gets the rebound, and Minnesota can reset. Dillingham attacks Iguodaro. Scoop underhand. And the roll off the front rim.
That's big time right there by Dillingham. Got right downhill, little finger roll action.
Dillingham, 4 points. That is first field goal. About 4 seconds separate the two clocks, and fittingly, the ball in the hands of Ellis. Already over his average so far in the 3 prior Summer League games. Moses Wood, 3. Front iron and off. Wolves with time. Clark with 3 seconds. Gets it off the glass just in time.
And the Wolves definitely needed that heading into the second half.
Schumacher with the heave. And that does it for the first half. The Suns, the first quarter race to get out to the double-digit advantage, and they hold the 10-point lead after the first 20 minutes. Beringer showing off the hops, but Boogie Ellis was a standout in the first half.
The USA is going to be okay.
So the sky is not falling.
No. But that was a powerful dunk by Richardson.
Great switch. Good initial defense by Champagny.
Oh, great block by Sarr. Oh, threw it back a second time.
Woo-hoo.
Higher game.
Shepard again. This time off the drive.
Portland just 3 of 11. Castle and 1.
And slow-footed on the defensive end, right? For turnovers and just getting into pace.
Ryan Rupert. We mentioned the French invasion.
Oh, okay, Bob.
Bob Carrington.
Whoa. Jealous.
Yeah, this is.
Look
you're
where
right.
the pass is. Nowhere near the rim.
They wanted him to be more aggressive offensively here. And where caught a body? All 7'5" of Sharp.
Lane and draws second defender. Watch Larson. Here comes the help by Sharp. He can't get back.
Spraying out for a 3, but that's just Klingen's effect.
Klingen now coming.
Oh, the big man rising to the occasion.
Third quarter.
Yes.
Fest.
Yes. Klingen getting up.
LaRavia in the paint. Finds Edie. Such an easy target.
Yeah, Chris. It's easy to find a big man. Chris.
Still with a big bucket for the Heat. 3 threes for him today. 3-pointer by Wells plus a foul. So 4-point chance for Jalen Wells. Misi to Ford, back door. Too strong. Misi cleaning it up. Keeps his eyes up. Crosses up, Minot. Righty roll is good. +1.
Welcome back to NBA Summer League. Autumn Johnson here. It is halftime between Phoenix and Minnesota. Minnesota. Suns are up 42-32 over the Timberwolves. There has been no shortage of amazing sights and sounds over the last week here in Vegas. Take a look at this quick recap.
Welcome to the NBA 2K26 Summer League. We're just getting underway from Las Vegas, Nevada. Yep, we're used to it. Temperatures at about 110 all week, but that doesn't matter because come inside, the basketball is going to be super chill. Remember that guy, Victor Wembanyama? Cooper Flagg will be a big #1 pick coming in this year. This guy's been in the building all afternoon. When Cooper finally gets in the building and his Mavericks play, I don't know, can he take it to another level?
Cooper is the new flag bearer for the procession of new faces coming to take charge in the NBA. Welcome to the league, Cooper Flagg.
They're about to play in Summer League. That's crazy.
Las Vegas, Nevada. And one of the most highly anticipated, highly debated runs of the entire summer. It's the Lakers against the Mavericks.
Liddell all over him, the step over. He gets it up for the win! Booyah with the booyah! The Bucks win on the buzzer beater. Go, Filipowski driving. On the baseline to fade away. Oh, wow. For the win.
It's just fun to be out here, be with the guys, enjoy Vegas, and get to know these guys and just have fun hooping.
Oh, my goodness. Yo, yeah! Here we go.
I love it. I love it.
Shot and keep it out of the lane. On his way. Oh, goodness. The dunk of the summer. Wait a second. Where are we going to see that? It's a bad man right there now. Are you kidding me? Cocking it back. Oh. Rosa signed a two-way deal. Hey. Oh, hello, Las Vegas. Put it on his head.
The energy down until this. Oh my goodness.
He has it. ISO with JD Davison. Spins it. Oh! Bring the house down. Mamu Kalashvili. Wow. The dunk and the foul.
Mission of a facial. One bounce, two bounce, in your grill. Shooting the basketball. He and all the Lakers, they've missed 17. Yeah, he packed this.
Smart man, get that relationship with the hit.
Poster by Collins.
Look out below.
Ooh, Rip, that's something special right there, Rip.
Man, this right here was super impressive right there. Almost.
For Summer League. In the game prior, the Boston Celtics had Kara Lawson.
Oh my goodness, he's challenged by the Bulls. Here's the replay as Michael Mulder steps over outside the line, so he's in legal guarding position.
Glorious plug of the album.
Oh, no, he didn't! Oh, no, he didn't, Greg Brown!
In Las Vegas, Greg Brown.
Bankston clears it. Fresh 14. Carton down the lane. Take that with you. What's the foul? That's why we gave the edge to the breakaway. Yeah, you're right. That's why you were ahead.
Continue to build on the young core that they have.
Let's find that right mix. Oh my goodness, Brandon Miller. These are some of the things that fans have been waiting to see from him.
Can't corral the basketball. Nice find. There's Shannon with the finish. Nation Knicks, who came up through G League Ignite. Action just beginning in Las Vegas. This game won from the Pavilion, where the Suns lead the Wolves by 10. Hello and welcome, along with Brendan Haywood, Chris Lewis here, Autumn Johnson as well, and And a couple of first-round picks at the big spot going at it in the first half with Malawach and Beringer.
Yeah, both bigs, very, very active. Setting picks and rolling, Malawach popping. But you see him inside, a little bit of a battle right there. Excellent defense. Malawach working on this part of his game, wanted to show the league that he can shoot the ball. And Beringer, he was excellent picking and rolling to the basket. Dillingham found him multiple times after he set some good screens, rolling, and the big fella knows how to throw it down. Both of these bigs had a nice impact in the in the first half, and I like seeing the energy and effort that they were putting into every single possession.
Beringer with 6 points. Added in 5 boards. Malawach with his standing reach that can block out the sun. 5 points. Got to the line 6 times, only made a couple of those free throws. Second half underway.
I'll tell you, Minnesota right away, they're going to have to take care of the ball. Had 14 turnovers in the first half. Led to 17 Phoenix points, so they got to protect that rock.
Behind the back, no look wrap. Beringer, and on the second chance, Leonard Miller cleans it up.
And that's something Beringer is going to have to work on. He's excellent when he's catching that lob, but when he has to catch it, gather, and go up, he's a step too slow. When he gets in the league, that step slow is going to get that shot blocked tremendously. So he's going to have to get better at his catches and going up explosive and quickly.
Beringer had that stellar debut in Vegas. Showed all the positive flashes of his game. Miller, gorgeous footwork to lay it in. Wolves were down 16 points at the end of 1. They're within 6. Dunn bounce pass. Malawach, front of the rim. Not afraid to get those 3-pointers up in Summer League. Ellis, Beringer, again a goaltend. That is the second time that he's got it just as it was coming down.
Oh, man, I don't know. I might have to take another look at that one. I thought he got it. See right here, Beringer coming over. That's close. That's close. It's close. But you know what? I'll allow it. Ooh.
Malawach, that one clearly.
That one isn't close. That's definitely a block.
The highlight block shot, but Ellis had his heel on the sideline. Let's go to Autumn, who has a certain college basketball head coach, has a lot to watch in Vegas.
I sure do. I'm joined by Duke's head coach, Coach Shire. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you've had an off season, what's that been like so far? How's it been going for you?
Well, off season's been spent obviously following these guys and what they're doing and building our new team and getting ready for this upcoming season. But had to get here to see Come On, just saw Tyrese. To see all of our guys in Summer League is pretty special.
5 guys here in the NBA in this past draft. When you think of that, what makes you most proud?
Well, I think it's just the fact that these guys have done it differently to me. You know, the fact that they've had great individual success, being drafted in great situations, but they're incredible teammates. They allowed us to coach them every single day. They won, they competed. And hopefully, you know, a lot of times that goes hand in hand. So I think it's led to them being really prepared. Obviously, Tyrese having 35 points today was not bad. You know, it was pretty good. Yeah, and Come On, just seeing him impact the game in all different ways. I'm just really proud of them and what they've done.
Since we're watching Come On's game right now, what ingredients do you think he has that makes him a franchise type of player?
Well, one, I don't think that people understand Come On is how young he is. You know, I mean, really, he should just be going into college now. And you see everything he's doing. I mean, he's got an infectious personality. He's always talking. He's got an incredible motor. And then, you know, you see his ability. He did a little bit for us. He's going to continue as he grows. Like his offensive skill set, you know, the shooting, being able to put the ball on the floor. But just his impact on the defensive end, I could go on and on about him. But he's an incredible competitor. And to me, like he has the personality and he has the mentality that you would want for a franchise to lead your franchise for years to come.
You've got some special guys coming out of Duke, like the #1 overall pick in Cooper Flagg. What do you think about his game is going to shine the most at this next level?
Well, to me, he just is made for modern game in terms of, you know, the defensive versatility, really being like a point forward or whatever you want to call him, as a guy that can create for himself or create for others on the offensive end, somebody that competes all the time. I just think he's got such a unique skill set that, you know, there's a lot of other talented players, but he's unique in what he brings to the table as well. And I can't wait to watch him with a couple other Duke guys.
Did not get ran over.
Yeah, that would be helpful. That was close. But obviously to see him with Derek Lively and Kyrie and the team that they have will be pretty cool.
Thank you so much for your time, Coach. I really appreciate it. An iconic run that you guys had. We're excited to see what you guys do this upcoming season.
That means a lot. It was a great finale with Kaman sending that out of bounds. That was perfectly timed.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's perfect. Right on cue is Malowacz, that highlight rejection. But, you know, what Shire's been able to put together year after year at Duke, and then we highlighted it, the 5 players selected in this most recent draft. A lot for him to watch and keep track of, but he has to like what he's seeing from his now former center.
I think that he said something that was very key to Duke's success, and he said, this group allowed me to coach them. And that's key. Hey, as they're willing to learn, listen, and that's key. Anytime you get a group that's that talented that allows the coach to coach, good things normally happen.
We'll carry that conversation when we return to Vegas.
Trade-Home Shoes is excited to partner with the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a new partnership that we've started in the last year, and we have what's called the Trade at Home, Give at Home program, where we try to give back locally in all of the communities that we serve. So today we were able to partner with Adidas, one of the brands that we carry, and give away Anthony Edwards shoes to 30 individuals, youth, from the Hallie Q. Brown Foundation. And not only at the end of that, they're able to go through skills and drills with the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then after that, they get a chance to be able to go over and watch the game and watch their favorite players in action. And our Trade at Home, Give at Home Foundation has all been about giving back locally, but also giving back to youth. And being able to have the coolest, newest shoes, like the Anthony Edwards shoes, when they go to school, it just gives them an awesome feeling and helps boost their confidence. And that's what Trade Home is all about, is trying to help out in our local communities and trying to give back in so many different ways. And this one is so special because we're a Minnesota-based organization. The Minnesota Timberwolves are here. Anthony Edwards, the star of the Minnesota Timberwolves, wears Adidas and wears the Anthony Edwards. You talk about all of it coming together as a perfect partnership. It's just, it couldn't be a more special day for everybody.
Out on 3. 1, 2, 3.
NBA Cup returns to Las Vegas December 13th and 16th. Get access first to experience all the action live with NBA Experiences. Visit NBAEvents.com to purchase tickets and experiences. Milwaukee Bucks, the winners of the NBA Cup a season ago in Vegas. We will follow that one up this December. Phoenix, 6-point lead. Their lead was as large as 16 back in the first quarter, so it's been the Wolves who have tried to fight their way back. They haven't led at all in this contest. They're just joined before we stepped away by Duke head coach John Shire. Rob Dillingham ahead of the pack for the Wolves. It's just a 4-point game. Wolves looking to remain unbeaten, and they get another turnover with that step out of bounds. Well, Brendan, you were talking about how Shire said that his team of a lot of talented prospects allowed him to coach them.
And that's key. When you have a talented team and guys are all willing to allow the coach to coach. And what he means by that is, hey, guys are going to do the right thing. I don't have to police this team. They police themselves. When I tell them to do something, they're not questioning, do I know what I'm talking about? They're going out there doing certain things, even when that might not be what they agree with, but they trust the coaching staff and they empower them enough to roll with their strategy and things of that nature. Malowacz being a prime example. He had to allow the coaching staff to tell him, hey, you're not going to take the shots that we know you want to take here because we don't think that that's going to work well for this team. We know Malawacz can shoot the three. He didn't have that opportunity, and he said, okay, you know what? If this is what you guys believe in, this is what you guys want, I'm cool with that. I'll do whatever we need to win.
From 16 down to tying this one up at 47. It's a 19-5 run for the Wolves. And Minnesota has knotted this up with 4:42 to go in the third. Phoenix calls time, have some work to do here in Las Vegas.
Fans into the concourse behind section 106 to participate in the daily NBA Summer League Papa Shop 50-50 Challenge. Only $5 to enter.
Perfect screen, gets the shot. Booker from deep, and it's good. Showing his ability to handle here with the shot clock winding down. Steps into a jumper, top of the key, and hits.
That's nice, too. The Bucks playing with Kevin Jones as their true power forward. Ready, up, see how quickly he gets rid of it.
Again, Booker coming off, squares up, shoulders squared, balls above his head. Nice release.
And look at Devin Booker, nice handle. Good defense by Larry Drew II, but better offense and gave him a little tap.
Go, man. Right, hold on.
Thank you so much.
Wow. A lot went through. Oh my God! Let's go! Sorry, I'm sorry.
The ball game for the Timberwolves, number 44.
Depending on what happens in this game and some of the action elsewhere in Summer League, the Wolves have a chance to play in the Summer League semifinals. It has to start with winning this game, and after trailing by 16 in the first quarter, they've worked their way back to tie this one up at 47. Iguodaro jab step fake and gets all the way to the rim. Draws a foul on Zakarsky.
And every time Iguodaro sees Zakarsky on him, he goes right past him. He understands that's a mismatch that he can win at any point. And if, on the flip side, if you're Minnesota, when you see a big fella isolated in that type of situation, you got to give him a little bit extra help.
And you brought up that Minnesota has to do a better job of taking care of the ball if they want to get back in it. They've done exactly that.
Yeah, when you don't turn it over and you don't fuel other teams' fast breaks, a lot of times you can find a way to get yourself right back in the ball game. And that's what Minnesota has done here in this third quarter.
Missing both at the line there. The Suns are 9 for 21 at the free throw line. 9 for 21.
It's not good.
Minnesota has yet to lead. Zakarsky screens. Bailey fakes. Delivers corner. Clark. Cash. And Minnesota has their first lead here this afternoon.
And that was excellent pick and roll recognition by Bailey. He read the pick and roll correctly. Came off, drew two Suns players to him as we see Iguodaro miss that jump hook right there. And then Bailey was able to find his man in the corner.
Schumacher, answer no. Rasheer Fleming cleans it up. Was the first pick in the second round. The Suns utilized that break between the first and second round of the draft to come up with a trade to move up and select Fleming. Fell in love with the potential two-way impacts for the forward, and right on cue knocks the ball away from Dillingham, the guard. Shot clock down to one. Dillingham off glass. Beautiful.
And that's tough. That's what we talk about with this kid. The shot creation, the confidence offensively. Not having a great shooting game, but he's not deterred. He understands what his skill set is.
Dillingham has the keys. No Terrence Shannon Jr. for Minnesota. Just a rest day. Fleming, the backdoor cut. Reverse layup, count it.
Good cut by Fleming, but even better pass by Iguodaro.
Suns playing without Kobe Bryant. A push off down low on Miller. He's called for the offensive foul.
You see right here, Bailey reads the pick and roll, finds Clark right there for the 3-ball in the corner. Excellent recognition, and here Dillingham doing it himself, getting right to the cup for the easy finish.
Fleming. That's the rebound on the other side of the glass. Dunn had it initially. Timberwolves whip it away, and
I think
Miller got it to the glass.
Dunn's hurt bad. He's hurt bad.
Yes, he is. Oh no, you don't like to see the pain that he's in. Dunn. First round pick in 2024, Ryan Dunn.
Looks like, is it a little bit of an ankle sprain?
They walk back to the bench under his own power.
I tell you, but if I'm Phoenix, I'm being very careful.
Where's the news of the NBA today? Buyout official Bradley Beal. Ryan Dunn, one of those players with his size, defensive ability, who can take advantage of the minutes void.
Yeah, and you see him right there trying to work through it and possibly get back in this ball game. But if you're Phoenix, you might have to think about the big picture. You know Bradley Beal's no longer going to be a part of this team. You need a guy like Dunn next year and his two-way ability. Maybe even if he wants to get back in this game, maybe you keep him out just for his own safety. Sometimes you have to protect the player from himself.
And that was the second time in this game that he went down. He popped back up earlier in the first half. Again, trying to stretch out that foot, that ankle. Of course, Beal, the buyout, which gives the Suns that financial flexibility out of the first apron, second apron. They've heard that apron work quite a bit over the last couple of years. It's almost been a burden for the moves that they could make to try to improve the team. Meanwhile, the Clippers get the addition instead of Beal at that $50 million number. It's now closer to $5 million. A
lot more affordable.
Yeah, that's Schumacher inside.
That's a big-time move for the Clippers to get a player like Bradley Beal. And I understand Beal, it didn't work out. Oh man, Kane smokes the layup. I understand it didn't work out for Bradley Beal in Phoenix, but don't get it twisted. Bradley Beal can still play. Averaged about 17 points per game last year. Shot 49% from three. 49% from the field and 38% from three. So he didn't have his old school Washington Wizards Bradley Beal numbers, but he still had really solid numbers, and he will definitely help the Clippers as they try to compete for a championship next year.
The efficiency numbers, and you just highlighted them, they were not bad.
No, not at all.
Not at all this year.
And so I feel like I have to get that out there, because in this league, sometimes when the narrative gets bad around you, enough people hear it and they start thinking you can't play anymore. Bradley Beal can still play. Don't get it twisted. It didn't happen in Phoenix the way they thought it would, but he can still play. He can still help a team. I think the Clippers should be very happy to have him, especially when you look at the fact that the Clippers made that trade for Norman Powell. So you could see, okay, they traded Norman Powell for John Collins. John Collins is going to be able to help them in the front court, but Bradley Beal can make up for some of that scoring that Norman Powell left behind.
So he's that rim running threat, Collins, and then you have Brook Lopez in addition in the offseason too. So they sneakily have made some tweaks to a team that surprised a lot of people last year, how effective they were. You can see their depth chart now.
Re-signed James Harden back. Like I said, Zubac, man, he had an incredible year. The Clippers have quietly had an incredible offseason. No moves that really wow you, like, oh my goodness. There was no big shocking moves. But the pieces that they've added all make sense. Brook Lopez, Collins, we just talked about getting Bradley Beal. All those players are going to make sense and can help you in the championship if the claw is healthy. If Kawhi Leonard is healthy and James Harden is still balling, this is a team that you should be very, very afraid of, because when you look at what happened after the All-Star break, this was probably the premier defensive team in the league as well. T. Lue and Jeff Van Gundy really had them competing well at that end.
We'll see. In a packed Western Conference, they improved just like a lot of teams in the top of the West. We'll see if it's enough. But last year, a loss in a classic series in the first round to the Nuggets. See if Beal can make the difference. Big moments. Free throw line, by the way, 10 for 23 for the Suns. Look no farther as why they're not up by more. A contested corner three, it didn't matter as that was a rainbow from Kane. Fleming almost got that one in the corner. Iguodala swoops across the lane.
Nice take by Iguodala right there. He's really good around the basket with some of those hook shots and floaters.
It's a versatile big for Shaka Smart. Trying to go back-to-back from distance, going with the 2 for 1. About 5 seconds, closer to 6, separate the two clocks. Newton fouls Ellis, and he'll head to the free throw line.
See Kane just sliding right to that corner right there. The pass delivered right on time, and Kane did the rest.
Kane with the Pelicans last year, got a lot more minutes towards the end of the year. 15 points per game in April. Meanwhile, Boogie Ellis, a star on the side of the Suns. He has 21 points.
I mean, he has had a huge game. Where would the Suns be right now without Boogie Ellis?
It's two-way play, got the team off to the fast start. 2 clocks nearly identical. Two-time champ at UConn, Newton. Second round pick last season is fouled. Schumacher. That was the foul to give for Minnesota. Check the foul for Phoenix. So Minnesota with a side out with 8.7.
You see the Timberwolves quickly get Dillingham back in this game for this last possession. Got to figure they're going to give the ball to him and let him go to work right here in the middle of the court before ISO or mid pick and roll.
Over and back. Not completely established in the backcourt before he touched that ball. So that's one of those where your coach, Kevin Hansen, just got to shake their head. Ellis trapped, splits it. Lob up top with 3 seconds knocked away. Iguodala. And that does it for the third. Phoenix clinging to a 2-point lead. Close game as we enter the final frame.
All right, brother. I'll see you later. Love you, bro. And internally, I feel like sweaty as hell. Like, this feels crazy. Hello? I appreciate it, man. What's up, coach?
In the building, you already know what I'm talking about.
Hey, you know, yeah, I'm sweating it out. Let's get this done. Yes, sir. Thank you. Wow, what's taking so long? Which way am I going? No, I'm first, Dad, second. Light that.
Let's check this out.
Woo! It's coming down. I'm sweating. I'm live. You can see the sweat. No, you can't. But it's okay.
The Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flag.
So proud of you. I love you so much, baby.
Woo, you are sweaty.
Love you, bro. Yes, sir. What up, man? What up, bro? Khan got picked during the interview. Oh my God, he's stand up. Hello? What's up? Thank you. Yeah. Was I? I've been sweating all day. Oh, it's been hot, man, but I'm excited. Absolutely, yeah, 100%. Thank you. Yeah, I will. Thank you, Coach.
I'm joined by Rob Dillingham, and you guys were down by as much as 16 in that first quarter. Now you cut it down to 2. What was key in fueling that to now get it back to it coming into the final frame?
I just said, finding out what they was doing, figuring out how we going to game plan against it, and how we going to beat it, and we figured it out, so now we got a little better at it.
You are being asked to run the show. What pride do you take in that challenge, and how are you kind of conducting this team as you close it out?
I just want to win. So whatever it takes to win, I'm going to do.
Thanks, Rob.
Play about 10.5 minutes per game. 4 points, 2 assists to contest his first year with Minnesota. Dillingham looking to take those steps in year number 2. And how valuable is it for a guard like him to have Mike Conley available to ask him questions, learn from his experiences?
It's always good when you're a young guard or just a young player in this league and you have a veteran that's been through it, that's able to show you and talk to you about what you should do to help improve your game. Because there's certain things that, as you see Wood knock down the 3, there's certain things that you might watch in the game and a vet can just tell you, hey, listen, young fella, you're going too fast right here. Learn how to change speeds. That'll help you out. And you'll be surprised at how it'll help you.
Oh, my.
Yes, indeed.
Rob Dillingham delivers.
Came up a little bit gimpy, but yeah, nice play right there by Dillingham.
Fleming wants 3. Give him all 3 of those from the corner. And Dillingham's great shot is followed up by a Fleming 3.
Look at Collins with the ball pressure. I told you, in Summer League, man, the ball pressure was there. Dillingham was not deterred. Went right past him. But we've been seeing a lot more ball pressure, a lot more guys really getting into people's chests, 94 feet.
A conversation with Autumn really fired up Dillingham.
I see.
2 great plays right at the rim, out of the break. Collins, one more. Wood from the corner. Gets another.
That's his reputation. He's a shooter. You gotta be there on catch. Gotta force Wood to put that thing on the ground.
Big body shooter at 6'8", and that's an offensive foul.
Dillingham right there. Quick crossover, change of direction. Scoop lay inside over Wood. This time he just splits the trap. Once again, goes right into Wood's chest, and he's just a confident scorer. Always has been. He's just one of those guys that believes I'm a special player with the rock.
Tough to contain. Keeping that dribble alive in traffic. Newton gets called for that foul, his 4th. Phoenix saw their lead evaporate in the 3rd quarter. They've recovered to gain the 7-point lead over the Timberwolves, who have yet to lose a game in Vegas. St. Louis product, Collins, dishes, Mascari halfway down, and Newton secures the rebound. Big collision right in front of the Timberwolves bench. They call the blocking foul on Mascari.
Guess who's back? Guess who's checking back in the game? As we see a big time collision right there. Definitely the break call.
I was looking forward to hearing that being the offensive foul.
But on the flip side, Dunn back in the ball game.
Yeah, Ryan Dunn came up gimpy a bit earlier in that 3rd quarter. Back in, Dillingham.
If you're not going to be a 3-point shooter, when you're in that mid-pick and roll, you have to be able to catch it, score, or make the correct pass. And Iguodala was really good at catching and scoring in there with the float game.
And in a summer league setting, it's nice to have a point guard like Collins on this end too, who just knows where to go with the basketball.
Yeah, Collins is going to set the table for everybody.
Dunn, who's checked back in, gets the shooter's touch.
The ankle's looking fine. Guess he's feeling good. And I love the fact he goes right over there to Dillingham. He understands Dillingham is the hot man. He wants that smoke. He wants that action.
A cutting Newton. And the UConn product draws a foul on Dunn. You're right. This 4th quarter has had a different pace to it.
Yeah, different feel to it.
It's been the dynamite Dillingham in the 4th quarter.
You see Dillingham wave away the screen like, nah, don't set that screen. I got big fella on the island. But Iguodala ran right down the court, and this time he was able to get the floater over Berger. Berger hands thrown up in frustration.
Seven in the 4th for Dillingham. Malawach back in for Phoenix. Then a 4-0 record at stake on the Timberwolves side, but right now down by 5. Throw it away.
That's just careless.
Not even looking, Moses Wood, and he pats his chest to say, my bad on that one. Nevada native who played at UNLV Wood 1 year. 4 different stops in his college career. Running out of space, Dillingham saves it by throwing it right off the body.
And that was actually a great job by Malawach. He was up at the level. He wasn't in a drop. Dillingham would have attacked that drop, but because Malawach was up at the level, it forced Dillingham into the corner, and he had nowhere to go.
And Malawach showcased the ability to play at the level at Duke. He wasn't just exclusively a drop big. Not that of bounds. We'll stay here with the shot clock at 14.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they would tell him to be at the level. Sometimes he'd run a drop. I've even seen him have some big-time moments where he would actually switch on the guards, and he would do a pretty good job of not letting them get a shot off.
With those long arms to help him contain on the perimeter. Berger just off the front of the rim. You didn't like that shot.
Not this time in the ball game. You know, 5 minutes to play. Berger not known as being a shooter. You might want to make sure you get a quality possession.
Fake the DHO and Malawach instead the take. There was contact there. And a foul call on Berger. It's a good one in the fourth quarter.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without.
So I just want to make sure that you're eating right. Welcome to the NBA. This is my version.
Nah, I'm not shacking nothing like that, man. I can't be eating all this, man.
Kevin Garnett, all 19 years, 7 months of him, is going to get his first NBA start tonight.
You may have had that dream, and it was almost like you woke up and you were there. What's that been like?
This is too weird and some nights. That's what keeps me up some nights. I'm like, gosh, I can't believe I'm in the league, you know?
He may be a teenager, but that was a man-sized move, Bob.
I think you should always go out there with a fun-loving attitude and say that, hey, I'm going to have fun while I'm out here working hard. Right now, the way I'm feeling, I just want to play forever, man. You know, this game is the best thing that ever happened to me. So I'm just going to let it all hang out.
Let me top this off a little bit. This is what you need.
Dessert.
Can we get a box here for this food?
Eating like this, I'll be $350 before you know it.
Rob Dillingham shining in the first game at the Pavilion here this afternoon.
Yeah, Dillingham really getting it going. In this second half, he has really picked up his scoring. You see the nice pass right there, but this is what makes him special, the ability to get his shot off and make big shots.
Summer League standing, so at stake for the Timberwolves, a chance to go 4-0. And
all these games count. All these guys want to have a chance to hoist that trophy. I know it's just a Summer League trophy, but it's a trophy nonetheless.
I'm going to say, no matter what, you get a chance to celebrate with teammates. That's something to play for. Dillingham step back shorts, but the Wolves get the rebound and a chance to reset.
Thought Bailey should have shot that one. Thought about it on the catch. Should have just caught it in the corner and let it fly.
So that call would be a jump ball.
I guess they couldn't tell it went off of.
They didn't get a clean look, so it is a jump ball upcoming. Timberwolves here in this fourth quarter, carried by Dillingham, who's had the team's last 5 field goals in this fourth quarter.
That's what he is. He's that instant offense type guy. He's that scorer. He's that bucket getter. There's nothing for him to string together 3 to 4 buckets in a row.
Dunn extended the ball, and that drew the contact. Well done on the dribble drive from the second-year player out of Virginia. Right there, that ball.
Yeah, I like that little crossover to the Euro.
He was clearly in pain in that third quarter. Like that foot, and he was able to stretch it out and get back in it in the fourth. Summer League action continues tonight on NBA TV, ESPN, and the ESPN app. Magic Nets, 7:30 Eastern here on NBA TV. Mavericks, Sixers, 8 Eastern on ESPN. Wizards, Jazz follows 10 Eastern on ESPN. A big collision on a rebound and off of another missed free throw for the Suns.
If the Suns don't win this game, they're going to look right to the free throw line as one of the biggest reasons. So Minnesota's down 5 right now, but what's 12 for 27 from the free throw line? That is not going to cut it.
44%. Bailey follows his own.
Great finish.
Landed on his hip, shakes it off as he jogs back on defense. 3-point game. Now a watch on the perimeter. He's double teamed, swarmed, and a turnover. Dillingham ahead. It's a 1-point contest.
Coming down the stretch, let's see who's going to execute the most. It should be advantage Timberwolves with a player like Dillingham being the type of electric scorer he is and confident player he is. In this environment, you would think he would have an advantage coming down the stretch.
Collins, playmaker. Dunn hunts a 3, puts it down. Back to a 2-possession lead for Phoenix. Shot 31% from 3 a season ago. Decent volume. Dillingham muscles inside, tries to shake off a couple of reaching arms. Fouled on the way to the basket.
Dillingham a little frustrated right there. Thought Collins got him out there on the perimeter with a little bit of a hand check. I tend to agree. Thought Collins got a little handsy. Probably should have been called for a foul on the perimeter.
Said it's Boogie Ellis who's called for his third. Just see it at the turn of the fourth quarter, how Dillingham turned up the aggressiveness.
And he talked about saying, hey, listen, took some time trying to figure out what they were doing and understood what was going on, and now he looks really, really confident in that scenario. You see him get fouled from 3.
He gets to watch one of the best closers in the NBA, Anthony Edwards, on a game-in, game-out basis. Has a chance on this stage to be the closeout player here. And his foot was on the line on that attempt.
Nice little jab step, sends Dunn into the screen, and Dunn ends up fouling on the recovery right there. But it was all, that play was all set up by the quick jab. Like I said, Dillingham has all that. He understands all the nuances to scoring, the quick jabs, the crossovers, the head fakes, the hezos, double crosses, anything you want from an offensive skill point as far as ball handling and being crafty. He has all of that in his bag.
And he's showcasing all of it in the fourth. 11 of his 21 have come in the first 5 and change of the fourth quarter.
I like to see it. How good of a 3-point shooter Malawach is, but he just simply wasn't allowed to do what it do.
Second made 3 and 4 attempts, and he comes up high there to knock it away from Dillingham.
Look, no hesitation. Collins sees him. Malawach understands there's 2 inside with Iguodaro. No hesitation, and the stroke looks good. I mean, the form looks really good.
Playing for South Sudan in the exhibition that they played the United States. He had a corner 3 as he came in off the bench. Didn't play many minutes of that game, but that's when you knew as a youngster playing against some of the best in the world that he has some talents.
I remember watching that game. There's a moment in that game where he caught it on Joel Embiid and real nice jab step to a jumper, and I was like, hold on, who's that kid? Then they told me he was going to Duke, and I was dejected. Like, that guy's going to Duke next year. I'm like, for real?
That was an Embiid-like move to Joel Embiid.
The rich get richer, man.
And then Malawach helped anchor that Duke defense all the way to the Final Four. Now trying to carve out a role in year 1 with the Suns.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Gaspar Sekochanis. Today we hang out in the Industry Pizza.
Is this your first time in New York?
Yeah, second. Yeah, I've been one game we played here, but for one day in winter. It was so cold, now it's so hot.
Good. That's the New York way. You're already eating like a New Yorker. New York way? Yeah. You hold it like that, so you're already eating like a New Yorker.
I didn't know that's good. It's good. It's like I expected something like this, and it's pretty good, to be honest.
It's the beginning of something new, you know, the beginning of my dream to continue reaching my goals. So it will be cool, but you know, I have to start working from day one. So.
What's all this?
I'm 717th in line for free NBA tickets. Need to make sure that they see me in the crowd. But first, I need to finish my posters.
You know you can do all that without doing all this.
All this?
Look, with the NBA app, you can fan hard on your faves, test your fandom, and with NBA ID, get a shot at free tickets, all for free.
Does this mean there's more time for my bucket sport?
Timberwolves challenge on an out-of-bounds play that was clearly off of Minnesota. But
after review, the call stands is out of bounds on the Timberwolves. Suns will be awarded the ball on the baseline.
Kevin Hansen was hoping to get the proximate foul, as we'll take a look at the play right by the baseline, but the refs say they'll keep the call as is.
Yeah, I didn't really see a foul right there. I thought that was a little bit of a waste of a challenge, but hey, it is what it is.
It's clearly off of Bailey. Five-point game, 3:35 left. Suns Wolves, game one at the Pavilion. Malawatch gets rid of it, done. He knew it was off as soon as it left his hands. Berenje fights for the rebound. It's off his hands. Just 4.4 on the shot clock. You don't get much time practicing when you do work on these baseline out of bounds plays and just try to set it up for Dunn. Not much design to that one.
Yeah, like they just realized they could throw it up right there and try to sneak a layup in, but Dunn couldn't catch it and corral it. Now let's keep an eye on this matchup, Dunn versus Dillingham.
11 fourth-quarter points for Dillingham. Was it the 8th pick in the draft last year?
Good pass.
He set it up. Dillingham again. Miller finishes with the contact.
And we know Dunn's a great defender, but Dillingham went right by him with ease, and that's what allowed him to find Miller on that baseline for the and one. Look right here. Oof. No wasted motion, just a quick swipe through, goes right by Dunn. That creates the problem. Malawatch has to step up. Miller's on the backside and one, going to the free throw line, trying to pay it off.
Just how valuable are these reps right here for Dillingham, trying to play in crunch time here against an elite NBA defender and Dunn. Scoring, making plays.
These are big time minutes for Dillingham. Like I said, there's minutes to be had behind Mike Conley Jr. Next year for Minnesota. You have to prove to the coaching staff that when they give you those minutes, you know what to do with them, and making plays like that down the stretch in a game like this can help give them that confidence.
For the lead. That one's off to the right. Malawatch tips. Up high, Ellis hit hard. Foul on the Timberwolves. Dillingham called at a 3 that would have given Minnesota the lead with under 3 left.
Somebody's got sets a technical foul. I think it was Bailey.
And Bailey did get a technical foul all over it.
Down 2 points, 2:45. You can't get a technical foul this time in the ball game. Every point counts.
Maury Bailey talked about Jalen Clark quite a bit. Bailey was a teammate of Clark at UCLA. You got a technical foul late in a game like that, you head to the bench.
Definitely. That's where you. That's what. Hey, listen. If you're not a star player, and you get a technical foul in a one-possession ball game with under 3 on the clock. The bench is definitely where you'll be headed. Only certain guys can get away with that. And Bailey is not right now learning. He is not one of those guys. You are not that guy.
3-point Phoenix lead. Shot clock at 5. Corner Ellis. Great rebound by Newton to hold off the defender. Approaching the 2-minute-to-go mark. Dillingham has space against Malowitz. The dynamic Dillingham.
And Dillingham had a little something to say to Malowitz.
A wingspan. About 9'6". Couldn't alter that. Malowitz. No. More of the standing reach. Clark for 3. Dunn grabs the rebound. Phoenix holding by 1, 1:45.
You need a quality possession. Collins is going to slow it down, see if he can get something good. Probably looking for some type of ISO action right now with Dunn against Dillingham. Dillingham giving up a lot of size over there.
Collins. Dunn flies for the second chance, and now the Wolves have numbers. A chance to go in front. Clark fouled. 2 free throws that could give the Timberwolves the lead.
And what's happening right here, Phoenix is trying to keep this ball on the sideline. Dillingham reads that, gets to the middle anyway, and then with the high scoop over Malowitz and lets him know something. I think he said, "You're too small." I promise you, I think that's what he said. The irony.
Yes. Dillingham 6'2", Malowitz 7'1". Clark ties it at 81.
But Dillingham just being so crafty and his understanding of how to play offense is what really made that play. You can see Phoenix saying ice, ice, blue. They wanted to send that. When you hear ice or blue, that just means you want to send that screen to the baseline. Dillingham read that, made sure he didn't get it, made sure he got over the top. Like you see the non-boxer on the free throw. Dillingham got over the top in the middle of that defense and created an absolute problem.
Leonard Miller muscles it up and in. Minnesota by 2. Collins turns the corner, gets it to the backboard.
Big time drive right there by Collins.
Fun finish. Coming up here at Summer League. Dillingham has been the go-to guy in the 4th. Draws a switch.
Got Malowitz on him. You got to give him the ball. Clear it out. Clear it out. Nope.
They come with the double with Collins. Clark receives. Dishes corner. Newton. Got it! Timberwolves lead by 3, 48 seconds.
Malowitz got matched up on Dillingham. They didn't want Big Fella on the island. They trapped it, and they end up giving up the corner 3.
Ellis looking for the answer. He's locked up by Newton.
Don't have to take a 3. Just need to get a shot. 10 seconds on the clock.
Dunn against Miller to the baseline. Iguodala's cut off. Launches a pass. Ellis to tie it. Off to the left. Malowitz and Berger wrestle for the rebound. It'll stay here.
Berger's going to get called for the foul.
23.6.
And right here, Clark's going to make a great pass. Ends up paying off the triple in the corner for Newton. But it all started with Dillingham getting double. Now they're going to sub Dillingham out. Want to get a little bit better defensive player in there for this high-end possession.
I like the offense-defense substitutions. Jamal Cain coming in for Minnesota. Timberwolves looking to stay unbeaten in Summer League. Been down most of the way here. Dunn with his team down 3. A healthy 3. Was that tipped?
Wow.
No.
Didn't need it. I understand you want to get that shot right there, but you can still drive that ball to the rim and play the free throw game down the stretch. Didn't need a wild and contested 3-pointer.
Newton. There he is, fouled by Ellis. And team in the bonus, so we'll head to the free throw line. Then one would make it a 2-possession game. And how about Minnesota? Down most of the way, trailed by as many as 16 points. 4th quarter takeover by Dillingham, 13. here in this fourth frame, 23 on the afternoon.
And I tell you what, Dillingham just flipped that switch in the beginning of his fourth quarter, and that has meant the world for this Minnesota ball club.
And a champion at the free throw line, and Newton, Final Four most outstanding player in 2024 with UConn. And Dillingham exits again. There's a lot to smile about on his side. What a stellar performance. Largest lead for Minnesota. 16.2 left. Collins ahead for Iguodaro. Gets the stuff with 12 seconds, and there's the foul, and we'll walk the floor. Jalen Clark, 78% free throw shooter a season ago.
Even though you have a lead, that was a little bit too easy of a bucket right there. There's no need for you to let Iguodaro get behind you.
And one of these makes it a two-possession game. Difference in this game has been the free throw line. There's the first one that goes out.
We talked about it. We said the Phoenix Suns don't win this game, they're going to look directly at the free throw line for the reason why they were not successful. 13 of 28, 46% from the stripe. Oof. Left a lot of money out there.
And his contract converted in the middle of last season, hits the free throw to make it a two-possession game. Ellis staying out first half for the Suns, just 3 seconds left. That one up, won't fall, and the Wolves complete the comeback and remain unbeaten, 4-0. Dillingham in crunch time, excellent. 89-85, the final. No Terrence Shannon Jr. for Minnesota, but they had Dillingham, and that proved to be enough.
No Terrence Shannon, they didn't need him. Dillingham in the fourth quarter turned into an absolute superhero and brought it home for the Timberwolves.
Fun to see the takeover on the top 10 pick from a season ago. So now the standings. Minnesota 4-0, but that point differential drops by only winning this game by 4. So we'll see how that affects them and if that'll be enough for them to make the semis of Vegas. Dillingham was the standout in the fourth quarter, and he's with Autumn.
Hey, Rob.
You know what it is.
Rob, you ended with 23 points, 13 in